Hey, Dena here. In case you're new to my channel, I've been making videos since about 2006, but only early last year did I decide to really get serious about it and see if I could possibly make it a full-time job. Before I go any further, I want to quote a conversation that happened in the comments section of one of my recent videos that ended up summing up my feelings on this pretty well. Someone asked me if I was one of those who had, quote, been hit by the fair use deleted video bans and strikes. I mentioned that I did get 2 strikes on my account last year, but I haven't had anything like that recently other than not being able to monetize certain videos. They responded with, "You don't seem to make a big deal out of it, but to me that's horrible." And they're right. I've had to deal with YouTube's lack of fair use so much lately that I've just sort of gotten used to it, and as long as I'm not getting any actual strikes and my videos are viewable, I've become satisfied with that. Basically, I've become complacent. But that conversation, along with the videos by nostalgia critic Chris Stuckman and Mr. Enter, have kind of reminded me of what a big problem this really is, and this is why I'm speaking out now. While I haven't had it as hard as some others, i.e. I've yet to actually lose my account or anything that scary, knocking on wood, I wanted to let people know what I have to deal with. Last year, I wasn't really bothering to bypass YouTube's Content ID system, and I let clips of movies run long, and I used music from said movies during the 30-second credit roll. And good lord, did I ever pay for it. Not only were my videos being flagged left and right, and I had to constantly fight false claims, but I made the very big mistake of covering Jurassic Park around the time when Jurassic World was coming out, and Universal was being super protective of it. Now let me point out that my videos fall under fair use. I use a lot of footage of whatever the movie I'm talking about in said video, but I talk over a lot of the footage and the video is generally meant as commentary or criticism of the material. Also, I mostly cover things I like. I urge people to watch the movie before I get too deep into spoiler territory, and I generally spend most of the video singing its praises. Now that doesn't have anything to do with legality. Whether positive or negative, it still falls under fair use. But I can't help but think that if there were actual human beings watching my videos instead of a bot automatically scanning it for copyrighted material, they would realize that my videos are not meant as a replacement for watching the movie, and if anything, it's free advertising. It's not a threat to them is what I'm saying. But anyway, I got a false claim on parts 1 and 2 of my Jurassic Park videos, which I fought as usual. Unfortunately, this time Universal fought back, and not only did I get a strike for those videos, but I got another one for my Jaws videos, which had been on my account for a year at the time. So basically, Universal decided to target me as a big fuck you, and YouTube went, "Oh sure, that's fair," and allowed it. The only upside is that for some reason, I only got 1 strike for each movie, otherwise, with that being 4 videos, my account would have been suspended. But with 2 strikes, I was still worried about getting 1 more for something else and losing my account. So here's a clip of a video I made about it, informing people where else they can find me on the internet if that happened. I probably will not be posting any other videos on YouTube for a while, if only because they're punishing me by putting all these limits on, like, my videos can't be any longer than 15 minutes, I can't upload things unlisted, and there's all this other shit that I don't even know if I want to deal with. So I countered it again because the next step would have been for Universal to take me to court, and I knew they wouldn't waste money on taking it that far. Unfortunately, YouTube gives them a full month to respond, plus it took even longer for my account to be restored for some reason because despite getting the strikes in early June, my account didn't get restored until late July, so I ended up having to wait something like a month and a half. With no one at YouTube I could speak to speed up the process. And even after my account was restored, I still couldn't monetize anything. I was coming across an issue I'd never seen before where when I uploaded a video, I would not get the normal kind of claim where it linked you to where you could see where the footage matched up. There would be a gray exclamation mark that would only link to a form you could fill out to prove that you had commercial use rights. Of course, this was last year and YouTube has changed the look of their interface since then. I think now it's a yellow $sign. But yeah, in that case, they completely throw fair use out the window. YouTube is basically saying, yeah, we didn't find anything specific, but most likely this isn't fair use, so don't even bother trying to monetize it. Again, this was basically me continuing to be punished for something that I did not do. No one had any advice for me on how to deal with this. Everyone kept directing me to YMS's video about bypassing the Content ID system. And don't get me wrong, for the usual kind of claim where YouTube tells you where the match is, there is some really good advice there. But there is no mention of this particular issue there. The best advice anyone could give me was join a network. I have to admit that I did that and that solved the problem. Not only did I stop getting the gray exclamation marks, but I don't get dinged by Content ID system as often. But my channel is big enough that I'm able to join a network. If I had some small channel that was just starting out, I would be screwed. These days things have leveled out and it's nowhere near as bad as it was last year. Ever since the Universal incident, I've been intentionally bypassing the Content ID system, and it does help. I'm not really going to go into how I do that because I don't want this video to run too long, but I may go into that in a separate video. However, I am still getting dinged by the Content ID system, even when I go out of my way to try to avoid it. Most of my My Little Pony videos are being monetized by Hasbro. Some of them even say that the content was, quote, manually detected, which means that someone at Hasbro saw it and claimed it rather than the Content ID bot. So it seems like Hasbro is targeting me now. And this is only because sometimes the claim doesn't happen until the video has been up for a while, and I've moved on to something else and I don't want to go back and re-edit and re-upload the video. And frankly, because of the Universal incident, I'm kind of afraid to fight claims these days, especially when I have so many. I pretty much only fight them when a video of mine is blocked. As long as people can see it, I usually let it go, much as I hate to do that. Also, as luck would have it, as I was writing this script, I got 2 new claims, both involving an older video, and in both cases the video was blocked, so I'm gonna have to fight those. So that's basically my WTFU experience. I didn't go too much into how the Content ID system works and all the legal stuff about fair use because a lot of other people have made videos like this already where they did that, and probably better than I ever could. Here are links to all of the WTFU videos from other video producers that I watch. Pay special attention to Mars Girl's video since hers had a positive spin on it and some encouraging words. She didn't just bitch about it like a lot of us are. Or like I am, whatever. But I'm glad to see people are making a stink about this. I don't know if it'll help, but I hope it does. Because we really need to back YouTube into a corner and ask them, where's the fair use?